Want to give me head to head?
Here, mate, would you give me head to head? Ciao.
Bam. We can go whatever order you want to go in.
So, do you want to rock, paper, scissors? See who goes first?
Yeah, sure.
Right. Is it winner goes first?
Best
or
of 3, isn't it?
is it the winner goes first or the loser goes first?
Winner picks.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and then go.
1, 2, 3, then go. You go on go. Don't go on free. Go
Yeah,
is
okay.
what you- yeah.
Okay. So the 4 technically.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, fuck's sake. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, go. I need one. You. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. One each. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, let's take our room again.
1, 2, 3, go. Oh, fuck's sake. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Ah! Right. Is it? You're on 2. I'm on 1.
Yeah,
You're
I
on
think
2.
so.
I'm on right. 1.
One,
2,
no, wait. One.
1.
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
2 each. Right. Next one.
1, 2, 3, go.
Right. You win. There you go.
You go first.
Okay. Sweet. Do I have to do yours first?
No. You get the. You
I have to
you
pick
have
first.
You have to pick first. So the first one I've set up for you is
Oh shit! What if it was just the loser has to give the other one head, and that's what head to head is?
we didn't.
Oh,
we,
shit.
that was always
We're
the.
gonna
that-
we'll keep that for the OnlyFans stream.
yeah.
That's for the midnight show.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to pick between Wind Waker and Ocarina, and then tell me why.
What if do people know the context of this? Do you think?
Yeah. So basically, guys, we pit. Explained it. So we pit 2 games against each other that we have to essentially definitively pick.
Yeah.
Between the 2, you've picked a pair of 10 for me, or a pair of 5. Sorry, of 10 different choices. It's so hard to word that, and I've done the same for you. We have to pick what would win on either side.
Right. Okay.
So first one, Wind Waker or Ocarina of Time,
I
and
mean-
which one and why.
It's Ocarina of Time. Like,
You called me a bastard for that one.
I know,
though.
but like, I knew it was going. Like, whatever you put, that could have been like, having Tara sit on my face versus Ocarina of Time, and I'm still gonna have to pick Ocarina of Time. Like, whatever was going up against that was losing.
That's okay.
Like, Wind Waker is definitely the second best Zelda game, like without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, one was not a video game. Your example didn't include one video game.
Well, I'm just saying that's how much I would pick Ocarina of Time.
Look what you've done. You've said.
I'm
you've upset
sorry.
your chat.
I'm sorry, Tara. Also, Mikey's also very upset at that for some reason. Wind Waker is not one of the worst. I don't understand that. I'll. It's all right. I'm bigger than she is. I'll just get into bed first. She's not gonna be able to throw me out.
I mean, you never know. You might just come home to an N64 setup with an Ocarina of Time in there.
That'd be pretty great. Like, I don't know where she's got this N64 from, but like, cause mine's in my parents' house.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Like, shoved in an attic somewhere, I think
That's
in the cupboard or something somewhere.
That's fair enough.
yeah,
This
yeah.
next one, Melee versus Ultimate.
Which one is Ultimate again?
Ultimate is the one for the one you're currently playing.
The Switch
on.
one?
The Switch.
Melee.
Melee?
Ultimate has virtually no personality to it, as far as I'm concerned. It's just modern Nintendo. They've just shoved everyone in, and it's like, whatever. Really, it's fine. Like, I was playing through it there for a while, and then I remember I was playing it in bed. I was like, right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I came back, and I was like, right, I'll play it tomorrow, and then I just literally just never went back to it again. Like, it's just sitting in the case in the room. It's not a good game. I still find playing stuff
With the
with this
Joy-Cons?
was just awful. It's
I had the
horrible.
bonus of a Pro controller when I was playing it, which made things ultimately way
a pro controller would be nice, but I still think at this point, like, there's such a weird, like, Ultimate has turned into, like, it's such a weird thing now. Like, it's not a fighting game, but it is a fighting game, but it's like,
I disliked the amount of effort you had to go through to unlock all the characters.
that wasn't great either. Like, just how you have to do all these like really weird modes that I just had almost no interest in. Melee really just came down to, if you're good at the game, you can have fun at being good at the game, and you'll unlock things just as you go.
Yeah.
And Melee is like, or Ultimate's like, oh, you need to turn your Switch on and put it upside down and leave the room and shout in, and then go into a photo mode and take a photo of Peach's asshole and sit on Kirby's face or something. I don't know, just all this weird shit that I don't really care about anymore. And people also do think that it's a fighting game, which it's not a fighting game. It's like I don't know what it is. It's like an arena action game or
Arena
something.
brawler?
Arena brawler. It's not really a fighting game.
No, I feel like there's definitely nuance there, but like,
I
but
would
it's
say,
it's
yeah.
not as new. Like, let's put it this way: you're not talking about the nuanced nature of fighting games of like Tekken versus Street Fighter.
Between those
like,
two, I would say Melee is still even like mechanically a better game than Ultimate is, because Ultimate has terrible controls and the Wii or the Switch is awful for controls.
Plus, I feel like at this point, like Smash Bros. Not even talking about the news we talked about earlier, but this year's not been great for news on that game. Considering this year also highlighted the nonce fucking goddamn side of Smash Bros. Where like the Smash Pro scene was just
Oh yeah, a bunch of like pedos or something.
full of fucking nonsense.
Yeah, weird fucking shit going on with like pros like grooming
kids,
new players and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was very odd. It was like,
Like they had like a house, and the pros, because pros do this, but like they'll do pro houses where like
you
they
come
live
here
together
and,
and then train together and all that
together,
jazz.
yeah.
And one of
It's
these
classed as a-
houses
yeah.
was a bit of a nonce factory. It's probably the interesting way to put it.
that's odd. Yeah, you
Yeah.
wouldn't have got that with Melee. You would have got a bunch of like sweaty neckbeards just arguing over which version of Ike is better or something like that. Which
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. It's classed as a party game, right? That makes sense because it's not a fighting game; it's a party game. Yeah, in that case, you could say Mario Party is a fighting game. Because I mean, let's be honest, a lot of fights have started over.
That's like Monopoly, yeah. That's
Yeah,
like, that,
Mario
that's
Party.
Monopoly's going to
how
cut.
many people? Oh my, that was harsh.
That was very harsh.
That was harsh. That was also really loud.
I thought I turned that down.
You didn't turn that down enough.
I could have swore I turned that down. Why is it back up?
Yeah, that bit alert was like, it was longer than the rest of the by
I
quite
swore that was turned down. I
quite
turned
a-
that down
quite a-
last time we done it. We had
that was
happen.
louder by quite a larger amount. Like, it's like,
I mean, like Tom got his fun out of it
it's
though.
like, was that just someone out in the hall playing a tin whistle? Like,
I
well
could have
done,
swore
Tom.
we like, because I remember last time it was quite loud. I was like, we're going to turn that down.
but like, doesn't every time you restart the thing, doesn't it sound?
To be fair, we've had some fucking issues last wee while, so it doesn't surprise me. We're
Yeah.
fucking more in
Tom,
the
see if
fuck-
we try to upload this and that gets us DMCA'd by whoever owns Titanic, I'm gonna be very cross.
I plan on exporting this to YouTube and then deleting it, so that if people want to watch the VODs, they'll have to go to our YouTube channel.
Okay, we don't have a YouTube channel. We talking about.
I mean, if they'll check below the player and check the player versus player YouTube link,
Don't ever do that. There's naughty content down there.
don't do that. Don't
Don't
see
do it.
those. Don't see that exclusive concept.
Don't-
The content of just us and Nips.
Don't go look at our Twitter and our Facebook.
Don't go look.
Don't go look at our Facebook because
'Cause we don't have one.
Because we don't have one. Because Facebook's for old people. Don't look at our Twitter and don't look at our YouTube and don't look at my DMs.
Don't. Whoa. Okay, you can. What?
I'll draw you game characters.
Right.
Fucking other game characters.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
So
side
it's like
hustle.
the ice climbers, like double teaming like Donkey Kong.
Mallet in the ass.
One in the ass, one in the mouth.
Oh, that's
Like
aggressive.
the big side, the big end.
Yeah,
of
that's
the
what I was
big end
thinking.
of
That's
both hands,
aggressive.
Not like the stick.
Oh,
like
I wasn't. No, I was like
the
full
wide.
pancaking them. You know.
I mean, like if it's gonna, if anyone can take it, it'd be Donkey Kong. Like
Yeah, true. He's got a big butt, like badonkadonk.
big hole. He
Badon-
uses his tie to choke himself.
Fair
That's-
enough. He is known as Badonkey Kong. Like
But Donkey Kong, that's straight. That's a straight fact that he uses his tie to choke himself.
he's a what is that like autoerotic asphyxiation?
Diddy Kong isn't actually his. Diddy Kong is his nephew. Is in like he got him at like a twink club. He was like
yeah.
called him, Diddy Kong called him daddy. He was like oh
No.
and then there you go. That's
This got really
ball font on. Let's
ta-
move on. Yeah. So
what's-
far these have been like you picked two of my favorite games to put against two games that I'm kind of fine with.
So I wanted to choose a GTA ones, and I think this is like the GTA ones where you last had fun with GTA games.
Yeah. GTA 3 or GTA Vice City, hands down, unequivocally GTA 3.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
have no love for the 80s aesthetic whatsoever. I don't like. I mean, like that game is essentially just like molded entirely around Scarface. I fucking detest that film.
You've never expressed this opinion to me.
hate Scarface so much. I've tried, like, up until a certain point, I just never watched it. And then I watched it, and the whole time I was just like,
you just didn't understand what the hype was.
it was just so long. It was so long and boring and just, oh man,
Well, I think the next one's will at least be a little bit more challenging.
GTA 3 and GTA San Andreas would have been a harder choice.
I've never heard you speak an opinion on San Andreas.
I like San Andreas more than I like Vice City.
So this
I
is
like
the thing.
I like Vice City at the time. At the time when it came out,
Yeah.
it was like, it has a great soundtrack. Didn't really like the protagonist as much.
Tommy Vercetti.
Tommy Vercetti. He was alright, but like, in retrospect, I would not play Vice City now, but I would play 3 without a shadow of a doubt, because it's like, it's the game we all literally grew up on.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. Like, I mean, like, there's some things like I've known you for as long as I've known you, but I've never heard you express some opinions on things. So
Yeah.
for this part of this is kind of like me going,
Okay.
I'll get an opinion off some of this.
I'm gonna fucking.
Because anytime we talk about GTA, we're always talking about like the terrible nature of Rockstar at the minute and how GTA 5 has
That's
ruined
true,
the
yeah.
industry. We never talk about your opinion on the
Well,
older
they were,
ones.
you know, entirely different teams at that stage. It was all,
Yeah,
it's all. This was GTA 3 and Vice City and San Andreas. I think maybe were all when they were still an English company,
Mm.
and then was it DMA or whatever, and then they were
Yeah.
just creamed on by Rockstar
Yeah.
for
So,
4.
but that's the thing. Like when we always talk about it, it always comes down to like that conversation rather than one of like what was the ones you enjoyed.
Why I hate Rockstar this week? It's like,
Yeah. No, but
here's this dev they worked to death.
yeah, but this is the thing. So we always go that direction with it. I thought it'd be interesting
Yeah.
to try and get like a side opinion on something that you did like when from a time.
Yeah, I mean, like, I suppose it's like, as far as like gameplay goes, GTA Vice City and GTA 3 were pretty much essentially the same game, right?
Yeah, the differences came in more of like the weapons. So like there's
Yeah.
some different weapons that obviously had different properties across the games. And then also there was the whole thing in Vice City with the real estate. So that brought in the real estate idea with the earnable incomes and whatnot.
Yeah. No, like, I mean, at the time, I definitely like Vice City, but I've definitely soured on it as the years have went past because I don't care. I'm not all for the infatuation that people have with the 80s. So I'd take GTA 3 any day because it's still a good game and it's still very relatable in the time that it takes place in and all the characters in it. Cloud Speedman.
Just saw the graphics PS5. Holy crap! Yeah, they're fucking good. I watched a comparison thing of the two Spider-Man. It's like really, is this going to look all that different? It's like, oh no, your lighting. Is
I mean,
so much
it's
better
all
in
just
5.
it's all reflections and ray tracing. Whatever.
The lighting's better and the textures definitely look better as well. I looked at a comparison. It's like, oh shit, you can actually see like the individual sort of like fabric on the costumes better.
Yeah,
in
I mean,
5
no,
and
well,
stuff.
that's more so to do with the lighting than anything else because the lighting engines are they're revealing more detail, but like their PS5's big thing so far is all the ray tracing. Like, you can see things being reflected in real time. It's like that doesn't really add much to the game, but okay.
It looks nicer though.
No,
It's just it's aesthetically prettier to look at.
I can never read Daytona and not think of Randy Daytona. That was Disney. Did you ever watch Balls of Fury?
No, weird enough. That's the one with
Competitive ping pong movie?
is that what it was? Was that the one with Andy Samberg?
No, that is. Are you thinking of Hot Rod, where he's like the stunt guy?
Don't know. I didn't watch that ever.
No, okay. Balls of Fury is your guy Dan Fogel, who was in. Do you ever watch Fanboys?
No.
Fuck's sake.
Remember you're talking to me here.
Right. Have you ever watched any of the Fantastic Beasts movie? Because at least they're news. Do you know the guy, the fat sidekick?
Yeah.
Him. He's in a movie with like Maggie Q and Christopher Walken and
Fuck Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken's in it. Yeah, it's like an old Asian man, which is you heard that right. Yeah. Terry Crews pops in it and stuff. It's like it's like a Naked Gun movie, but it's about a ping pong tournament.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's pretty good. It's pretty funny. Like it has horrible reviews, but I think it's just because like this is really stupid, but it's actually quite funny.
Okay.
So yeah.
One of those ones.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Would you like to see a retro game from GTA? Oh yeah, like the Bird's Eye GTA games.
I would play one of those. Yeah. Like the last one I did was Chinatown Wars.
Yeah. Have we moved on from that? Because I mean, at the point, like at the time that they were out. Die. I feel like my ears are going to jump out of my head.
Yeah. That felt more appropriate.
It feels certainly more sexy in here now.
It got incredibly more sexy in here.
like at the time when GTA 1 and 2 and London and stuff were out, you didn't have anything to compare it to. You weren't like, oh, if only this was a you know, like fully realized 3D world.
Yeah.
And like I remember even like playing it at the time, I was like, yeah, it's fun. Like but it was still, its shortcomings were like evident almost immediately. You were like, you go too fast, you literally can't see what's coming on the screen because you run out of it. You're like, whoa. Oof. So yeah,
Like
I
I
don't know.
was
I mean, if someone done it well enough, I would definitely have a go at one. Like,
there was Retro City Rampage. It kind of had like an homage to it, and that was released about maybe 6 years ago
right,
on PC, maybe 7.
Yeah, even that's far enough ago.
But
Like,
but like that was the last one I could think they actually tried to do a game like that.
yeah.
And it was good, but it was kind of like a mashup. Like Retro City Rampage was like its core hub world was very GTA, but then you would go into like little missions, and the missions were like homages of older games. So like you would have like a Contra level, and you would have like, you know, Battletoads style level. Like it was like little homage things.
He really wants you to listen to Bon Jovi.
I'm not going to do it.
Can we sing Bon Jovi to each other? I don't really know enough words to sing a Bon Jovi tune.
You really think I'd do that?
Da-da. No, that's Seed. I'm just gonna start
Oh
singing.
yeah,
Let's go start singing "Kiss from a Rose." There.
I
That's
mean,
not
like
right.
I'll give you a Future Love Paradise.
I
Like,
want it. Do-do.
don't.
Dee-doo-dee-doo. Oh, I can't even remember the tune now.
Don't. Just don't. Just don't.
It's all the same.
Yeah, you're gonna get killed.
YouTube's gonna come and they're gonna shout at us.
Yeah.
The lawyers are gonna come and they're gonna get us.
Always gonna come. But we'll go on to our next one for
Yeah,
you, which
sorry.
I feel like this might be a little bit more of a tougher choice for you.
Yeah.
MK Free Ultimate versus MK11.
I would probably pick MK11 just because I'm better at it.
Okay.
I was horrifically bad at MK3, the Ultimate MK3. I was just, you pounded the life out of me, and then we played MK3, and I was bad at it.
I like how you set that up.
Yeah. It was a good game, but I was not good at it. I couldn't get like the aggressor combos or something.
It was pretty much like sprint combos.
Yeah, it was like you have to do like a 12 or 14 button input combos just to get like
Dial-a combo, I think was
Yeah.
the exact term. Dial-a
to
combo.
like for Smoke or Noob Saibot to just beat the life out of anyone.
Oh,
who
you
was
could do
on
it.
screen.
Everyone had a
Yeah.
dial-a combo. It's just I
You picked him.
I picked Noob because
Yeah.
because Noob had this thing where I could hit you with
he done the fucking
I could do the smoke, which would
The
disable
teleport
your
thing?
ability to do any moves.
yeah.
Then I would do a dial combo, and then when you flew with the dial combo, then I would literally teleport
teleports
warp and
behind you?
grabbed you. And when he does that, he would grab you, teleport you with him, and then slam him on the ground.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
And then finish him like an uppercut. Like
Yeah.
I had a bit of a
bit
rhythm
of a
go-
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
A spammy thing. I don't know.
It's not spammy. I literally didn't do the same move over and over again. I just managed to
Well.
create a fucking combo sequence. Like,
spammy.
it's not my fault you didn't block or jump.
Spam the combo. No, I would pick. I think I would pick MK11 just because. Yeah, you have to appreciate the effort that goes into those games. They're just so good looking. They're ridiculously
good looking. The support
and
form's
they
great.
still play really, really well,
Mm.
and I'm quite good at them. So,
Fair.
I'll take MK11.
Okay, well, this one I picked for very obvious reasons.
Yeah.
You are designing a game
It's
based around these two games
I know.
fundamentally, and I want you to pick like these are two very classic arcade
yeah,
racers
yeah.
that Redshift Chase is literally architecturally built on,
Yeah.
and we have Daytona versus Sega Rally. Again, two games from the same company technically. I believe Sega
Yeah.
did make both.
Yeah, I think Sega was the publisher. No, actually, yeah, because it was an arcade. It was an arcade cabinet that Sega made for Daytona.
Yeah.
It would have to be Daytona, just for the song alone.
I was gonna say, was it just that Daytona?
Daytona, let's go highway,
Let's
let's
go
go
highway.
highway. When we always thought it was what's it gonna be. I
Yeah.
always thought it was what's it gonna be.
Yeah,
It's
because like it was like so like horribly.
it's like Daytona. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Like Rolling Star.
Rolling Start.
Yeah, I would think Daytona just had like they both play incredibly well, but I think Daytona just had a wee bit more style to it.
Yeah, like I mean, Sega Rally was just kind of like the off-road version of Daytona.
Yeah, but
essentially.
it was very, kind of like we're gonna try and like kind of rope in some like rally fans who may have a passing interest in playing games into this, but it also controlled unfathomably well. Like it was
unfathomable.
as far as actual like decent PS1 racers went. Well, Sega Rally was out on a bunch of stuff actually, but the PS1 version I think of it was just like it still has like probably the best like drifting rally racing controls that any game has ever had. Like Daytona USA doesn't actually control all that well. It's a bit like, you know, you're always kind of just being dragged forward and you're just trying to keep up with the fact that you're being dragged forward.
It's kind of perpetual motion.
Yeah.
Let's see you handle it.
And Sega Rally just controlled really, really well. But come on, like it's Daytona. It's Daytona. Yeah, it's all the way. Like,
hey, LE2 clip. Or you can weld it.
Can you read that?
It's
like the worst shade of blue.
Yeah, it's a very dark blue on chat. We're doing a segment here called Give Me Head to Head, where each host has to try and force the other host to pick between two games
That they really like.
Yeah,
it's like you have two children and you gotta shoot
pick
one
your favorite.
Yeah, you gotta shoot one of your children. It's the Sophie's choice of game picking.
Jesus. But yeah, no, some of them were a bit harder. I was expecting more
pushback on one or two of them.
I was expecting a bit more wince on the Wind Waker and Ocarina, because you speak so highly.
I like both. I do like both of them, but you've picked literally my favorite game versus a game that I'm quite partial to when it comes to Zelda games. So
Oh Jesus Christ! Thank you very much for following us. You know what it is now. You finally understand what Fenton is. Fenton is my spirit animal.
A dog that just doesn't listen to people.
A dog that doesn't listen to people and chases
animal.
deer into the traffic.
It's good shit. Yeah. Right, it's your turn. It's your turn, my boy. I made this much harder on you than you made it on me.
You really
you
did.
You lowballed me in there. You give me a nice little fucking
yeah.
But yeah, right. I think I started with maybe what I would consider the worst one for you. Actually, you know what? They're all kind of bad.
They're all really kind of bad,
right.
actually.
So, Street Fighter 2 Turbo or Alpha 3?
Oh.
See, we pulled this one on Little last week, and he went for the classic. But I know you like Alpha 3 because the only reason I know about Alpha 3 is because of you.
Alpha 3 is so good because that brings in like a lot of the characters and the systems that kind of
much better fighting mechanics.
Yeah, they bring in a lot of the mechanics that kind of make up like 4, what make 4 so good. But
is the classic nostalgia going to win you over?
If I said, see, you had to say like 2. See, we had like said Champions Edition. I would have went Alpha, but because there's not
quite as much in the Championship Edition.
You went for Turbo.
If I put both of them down in front of you right now, which one are you playing first?
I'm playing Turbo.
Oh my god, I thought you were going to go for Alpha.
I'm going to play Turbo.
Oh lord.
I want to play Turbo just because like Alpha can be a bit fucky with some characters because of the systems in it, especially with when you're building your meters.
Like Q.
Yeah.
He's a real piece of shit.
Where Turbo is like fighting games at its purest. That was too well.
That was well timed. I thought someone else was in the chat there. Like what?
That was so well done. They literally faked to stay home to play Street Fighter. See, like Tara,
I'm so proud of you, Tara. Love you.
No worries. Have a good one, Vardo. But yeah, like 2 Turbo, man. Like
so you're just going for your.
It's that
was JonTron.
What? Yeah. What?
So you're going for your first love then?
My first love, man. It's like my first love.
The best version of 2 versus the best version of 3. Because I think 3 may have also had a Championship Edition. Alpha 3, I think it had like
everyone's had a they've all like. I mean, the purest in you if you're playing free is just go Arcade Edition. Like Arcade Editions, like I think that's what they play at Evo.
The tournament ones.
I think that's the one they play at Evo. Is just Arcade Edition. But that's because when they do the fighting game tournaments, they are very specific on the balancing and the mechanics. So like certain hit percentages, range frames, all that stuff. In tournament in 2, when you play a tournament, a lot of tournaments will not allow the use of Akuma because Akuma has I think a damage modifier of like 150% compared to like most other characters. Now the trade-off is that he's also got a damage intake of an extra 50% or something like that, so he can't take as many hits. But it's one of those ones where he has like a ridiculous damage increase, and it's a very unbalanced
fair, though. Like if you take as many hits but you did twice as much damage, that's up to you. Like
I think they don't do it because of the chip damage. So when you're doing chip damage and you're doing blocks and you still take damage for chip damage, that modifier kind of unfairly offsets.
So you picked 2 Turbo, right? On to the next one. This is the one I thought was a wee bit too close for the both of us, but it's the options are different. Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild?
It's, you know what? It's Ocarina. Like that one's kind of the easier one.
Really?
And
I thought you were pretty big
I
on
like
Breath of the Wild.
right, so, don't get me wrong. I like Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
but there's too many things in Breath of the Wild that I
Don't
won't
like.
remove.
Right. Okay.
Right? Like I love Breath of the Wild for the looks. I love the dungeons. I love the way that they've like got a really great narrative in there, in the sense that like there's a lot of history and they talk about the history and steep that history. Like when you go look for it, there's a lot of history in there.
Jesus, did we play different games?
But I hate the fact that I can walk for literally 10 minutes across an empty field
And run nothing. Run into
and
nothing.
run into nothing.
Yeah.
Like run into fuck all.
Yeah.
Like I've went through this before. Hydrate.
Fucking hold on, we fucking. Wait. There we go. Lovely stuff.
But like, and people say, oh, but the shrines, like fuck off. It's
Fuck
a
off.
puzzle.
Fuck off the shrines. Fuck off with the shrines.
Fuck off with the shrines. There's like 400 of them across the world.
Yeah.
Like you only need so many to get the Master Sword.
400 boring rooms.
Like it's just like there's some of them that are interesting. It's great, but like honestly, there's like 4 towns. They are literally in like 4 opposite corners of the fucking world. There is literally the castle in the middle, and then surrounded by barren waste and bullshit. It's like this is what we said earlier. If you're going to create an open world game,
Put something
make
in
it feel alive.
Yeah.
Right? Make it feel alive. And for large stretches of that game, that world does not feel alive.
Got nothing. I hate. You know how I feel about the game. I fucking hated it. I hated every minute of it, and I finished it, and I would never play it again.
And as someone who loves Zelda, I think it's so strange that the Master Sword's an optional thing.
yeah, it's a weak ass optional sword. Like, thanks but no thanks.
It's great. Like at least I have a weapon I don't have to worry about. Like because I fucking hate that durability system.
Sure, but
If I could remove one thing from it, and I would think it would be ultimately more interesting and fun to play. Fucking durability system. Get it in the bin. Get that in the fucking bin right now.
Get rid of that stamina system too.
The stamina system doesn't bother me as much, right? You get high enough level, you do enough like you do enough the shrines, you can build up that stamina. It's not that big of an issue. But
Shouldn't need to in the first place.
maybe, but like, but I find that durability system the most egregious.
Yeah, it was also useless,
the
like,
most egregious
It was
thing.
like someone in that dev team had to go with Dark Souls or something like that, and they were like, "Oh, I like that."
It's like, yeah, we're gonna like put this like fucking like durability system. It's like the fuck. This is Zelda. You remember what Zelda is, right?
A fun action adventure game.
It's like, what the
Not
fuck is this? I don't want.
management
Oh,
system
sorry. Did my
game.
fucking weapon break mid fight? Okay, well I guess I'll move to this other weapon. Okay, did that break mid fight? Cool. Well, I guess I'll go to this other one. Oh, did that break mid fight? Oh, I guess I'll go to this. Oh no, I ran out of weapons because they all broke mid fight.
And I run about with like a stick or something.
Yeah, it's like, and then you get the Master Sword and it's fine, but
It's
it
just
recharges.
shit. It's not even good in the
It
game.
recharges, which is at least
Yeah.
gives you the comfort that you will have a weapon again at some point. But
Can
like,
I bring
no,
more Guinness?
you give me one. That was the problem.
Yeah, where did the other one go?
I don't know.
2, 3. Shit, I left the other one downstairs. Right, this will be. I guess it's gonna be a tough one for you. I guess it's gonna be a tough one because
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel overall about both individual games. Deadly Premonition 1 versus Deadly Premonition 2.
So I went through both of these games this year. I started the year with.
So you played the better version of the first one though?
Yeah. I played the one with the least amount of bugs.
Yeah. It still had bugs, just less.
Just less. There's still a lot of bugs in there.
Yeah.
It's still full of like.
Right. 1 or 2.
I'm trying to replay the. I'm trying to replay. Give me a time. I don't know what that is. Like I don't know how fast you're going through this. Stop it. Stop that right now. I'm not, no, but like 1 or 2. So right, I'm trying to remember the events of those games in my head.
Can you just remember which one you even had like more fun with? That'd be the one I would go for.
You don't have fun with those games.
They do. They're like a kitschy kind of weird fun. They're ultimately very lighthearted games.
They're lighthearted games, but let's be honest, the gameplay is not winning awards.
That's true. But I remember sitting through a fair amount of 2 and being like, right, come on, let's fucking wrap this up here. Like there was a lot of it that was just. But there's a lot of 2 to me that just seemed like it was pointless conversations.
I could say the same for 1 as well.
I guess it didn't bother me so much when I was in 1 because it was like a new experience.
Yeah.
But like at that time, you were like, right, you done this before earlier on the same year, like.
I think I'd have to give it, honestly, to 1.
I knew you were gonna go for 1
I give it to 1. You want to know why?
because you can drive.
I feel like it was a beautiful mistake where 2 knew what it was trying to do.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Like they tried to recapture that, like we fucked this up the first time, but in an endearing way, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is very hard to do.
Like they're like the first one I'll still remember, like the standout moment of the first game is literally in like the opening like minute, and you're driving and the car swerves off the road and the squirrel makes a chimpanzee noise.
That's right. Yeah, that's all you really need to know.
That set up the whole game for me. It's like
prepare,
why did that squirrel make a chimpanzee noise?
Prepare to have some weird shit happen to you over the course of this game.
It's like that set everything up. Like, it's like, I mean, again, at that point, like, they clearly did not have a squirrel noise, and they just put in whatever.
So like, what animals do we have? It was like, this kind of sounds like a squirrel if you don't know what a squirrel sounds like.
But like, it was like a chimpanzee, and like, it was confirmed it was definitively a chimpanzee. It wasn't like they just like altered audio to accidentally sound like a chimpanzee. Nah, they just got audio of a chimpanzee and put it over a squirrel. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Why the fucking hell not?
That, and then they also had like this great conversation. So the introduction to York, and it's the most baffling but beautiful like conversation in the world. He's talking about, yeah, but he's asking for it, you know, like Tom has very specific needs, and going through all this here, it's like, yeah, so and so is not so like he's not doing you know, he's hurting him, but like Tom is asking for it, and then the conversation gets to the point where you realize that he's talking about the BDSM relationship between Tom and Jerry.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting there kind of like going,
Like,
did they just legit talk about the pseudo like fucking kinky nature of a children's cartoon
like,
from
not,
the fucking 70s?
It's not where I thought this was going to go, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So you would pick one. All right. Yakuza 0 versus Judgment. At this point, that's like a prequel versus a brand new entry.
Yeah.
In a slightly different story, I suppose.
They're so like this is harder because they're two different protagonists as well.
Yeah. You have 8 seconds. 8, 7. You know the rest.
0.
No, I haven't got 0 yet.
No, I picked 0.
3, 2.
Yakuza 0.
Right. Okay.
Yakuza 0. Reason why is that Squirrel was just hyped for Funky Monkey Fright. Fuck's sake, Mila. Saw that commenter, sorry. Yeah, the reason I picked 0 is because 0 is really great about setting up a lot of stuff in relation to that universe, which obviously I love Yagame and I love the series of Judgment, but there's a reason why I want a sequel. It's because we haven't got enough of them yet, where I experienced a lot of Kiryu and a lot of Majima.
Me? I'm right.
What?
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
I'm not booing you. I'm not booing you. But like, so yes, Yagame, yeah, is great. But like, Yakuza 0, like you see a side of Majima in 0, you see nowhere else in that series. And
That's true.
And it really makes you like understand why Majima is the way he is.
Because he is one eye.
No. Not that there. I mean, he does have one eye. But like, it makes you understand why Majima is like so deranged as he is, because he's like, it shows you like the man's emotionally scarred from the stuff that happens in 0 as well as the stuff before it, and it gives you great context. And then you also have that Nikiishi plot build in 0, that when you get the 1, like it hits you like a truck. Like you're kind of like, I can't believe all this has happened. How could he do all this?
That's why he's such a fucking creepy nightmare man. With his fucking
yeah, he's really like by the time like 1 rolls around, and like there's like 10 years gap between like in game what happens, but like the events of 0 and how Nikiishi is in 0, and then how Nikiishi evolved into what he is in 1. It's like, Heart is the same person. Like, you can see Heart's the same person, but like you can almost feel Kiryu's like sort of conflicted.
They were bros, bruh.
It's like there is it's conflicted sort of nature to how he's dealing with Nikiishi, if you know, and that hits harder.
Okay.
For it, you know.
Right. Suppose like if I had put like Yakuza 0 versus like Kiwami 1 or something.
Kiwami 1 probably would have won over Yakuza 0,
right.
Purely because like the story and that the Nikiishi thing is so strong.
The anal.
Yeah. 2's great though. 2's great. Those games like kind of have been consistently great. Like they've all like reached a standard and have not dropped. they're all brilliant. They all hit that like gold standard, but they're hitting for different reasons. But they don't drop below the standard. If you know what I mean. For Zero Kwame. Kwame's side content sucks in comparison. Yeah, but like
I would agree with that.
I mean that comes down to the fact that Kwame is just a
there wasn't-
remaster of a game
there
from like
wasn't-
1998 or something
There
like.
wasn't much. The first Yakuza was out in like 2009 or something.
No, was it not a PS2 game?
No, it was PS3. The Yakuza was a PS3 season or series for like.
Really, I thought Yakuza 1 was
No, no.
PS2.
No, God, no.
Because
PS,
like,
the first.
the first Yakuza had an English dub, and guess who played Majima?
Who?
Mark Hamill.
Oh my. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yakuza 1, 2, and 3 were PS3 games.
Yeah, I thought they were. I thought like
That's why
I thought Yakuza 1 was like the tail end of PS2.
it could have been. Maybe it had like 2 versions or something.
Yeah, because I thought it was like 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5 were the PS3 games.
They're old anyway. That's what we'll.
Yeah.
We'll stick with
I
that.
mean, you could teach a BDSM queen how to do her jobs.
That's
you
true.
could, you could, yeah.
You can't do that. That's good
Zero
stuff.
has the benefits from being made in like 2016.
Yeah, it has, like,
no.
They had the forefront of like, this is what we're doing now in these games, so we can go back and put more shit in.
Yeah.
When Kiwami 1 and 2 was just like, we only had this stuff available in the game at this time.
Yeah.
We can't change too much of it. Right, your last one, Super Smash Bros. The N64 one versus Power Stone.
I hate you. You actually really have made this hard for me.
Yeah.
I hate you. Oh, you know what? Melee's better than 1, so I'm gonna have to go with Power Stone. Power Stone, man. Have a good podcast like that, but no worries, not so good. No worries, there. Have a good one.
We're going to bed in a minute as well.
Yeah, we are going to bed in a minute.
The third section is just us rimming each
In
other.
bed.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely Power Stone. I mean, it's the Dreamcast sort of.
It's your Dreamcast game, as far as I remember. Is like
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure or Power Stone. It's like,
Yeah.
let's, play both of them.
Yeah, like those two games. Like if like I had a Dreamcast, I could pick 2 games. It's Sonic Adventure, and it's Power Stone.
Yeah, Power Stone 1 or 2.
Power Stone 2. Power Stone 2 has like a more robust campaign to it, a lot more sort of like crazy levels with a lot more dynamic,
It has basically
obstacles and stuff.
What you get with the sequel, I guess. Which
Yeah.
is the first game and then more.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Power Stone was good shit though. I like Power Stone.
It was good shit. That's a stump head to head.
I think we've learned more. We've learned something about ourselves.
Yeah, we actually have a little
This
bit.
week.
Yeah, but we gotta position a question to the chat though.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Really?
No.
I think we want the chat to give us a bit of head to head.
I would like to get head from the chat. Wait, what?
So we're going to talk about getting user submissions for head to head going forward, because obviously we kind of know each other enough to kind of pick. Oh my way!
Oh,
Jesus!
oh my!
Oh my! But we got like user submissions. Get your pants down, lads. We could like sit here and do this every week, and it would probably be easy for us to pit each other. Where
because
I feel like
we know what we like. And eventually we'll run out of like
Comparisons to make.
Comparisons to make. But
where
if you,
where I feel like if the chat could give us like
like 10 games that we wouldn't even think of, but at the same time be like, oh fuck, I have played that, or I've played both of them,
yeah.
and I don't know what one to pick.
So what I want to do is I want to encourage the chat, if they going forward is like, you know what, it doesn't have to be a full rack of 10. Even if you get a few comparisons, fire to them us on Twitter. Like tweet at the PVS podcast on Twitter,
fucking tweet me, mate.
or DM them, give us your suggestions,
Yeah.
or like any other place that you see our social media over.
Discord or whatever.
Yeah, Discord, all that jazz.
Yeah.
We got a player versus player section.
If I
of the
don't
podcast.
have at least
on
one
Discord.
DM by the end of the night on our player versus player podcast Twitter, I'll be very upset.
But like over the course of the week, guys, and going forward, we would like to see people's suggestions, and then we can go through them. We'll take our own opinions on them and give our answers to them, because I think it's a good way to kind of like hit up all the socials. Yeah,
Hit up those socials, boy.
hit up all the socials. But